Hey, a quick disclaimer before I put out the next video. When I teach on something, I always assume the position of the doctrine of once saved, always saved, and eternal security. There is no way you can lose a gift that God has given you. Once you believe that Jesus is the Son of God, that He died, is buried, and rose again, you have eternal life. And eternal life is the incorruptible life of the Son of God. And He doesn't change. So eternal security is I'm putting my stock on that, in that I'm relying on that's the person. It's Him. He is the life. So eternal security is assumed always. Eternal life is eternal. It's the life of Jesus. You can't lose it. He who began a good work will complete it. Sealed by the Spirit. There's so much. There's so much. He's a surety. He's a guarantee. You can't you can't you can't lose it. So if we see things in the Bible that seem to speak to salvation as something that uh, either salvation or condemnation, and it seems like something that changes or something like that, it must be speaking of something other than the incorruptible life which we have received. So that's what the next video is about. And I'm doing a teaching on Galatians. So it is the fact that our present situation, the condemnation, like in Romans, I didn't mention this in the video, so I'm just going to put it in this. In Romans, the condemnation that we experience is a condemnation of the mind, where the law comes in contact with our conscience and we see ourselves other than being justified. It's when our mind is in a state of condemnation, and that limits. Well, that's not growing in grace. That is not growing into maturity, and that is not the perfecting of the conscience, and that's not our sanctification and our washing. But I get into it in Galatians, so I'm just tackling one verse. All right.